obviously Nick Jakowski hobbled off.
Mm-hmm.
It was very ginger on his left foot.
Yeah.
What can you say about what's going on with him?
I probably know as much as you guys. I mean, it's obviously he rolled his ankle, his lower leg, but I don't know anything yet. Yeah, I don't. I've got no update yet, so I know I saw what you guys saw. I saw him come off, but I don't know. I don't know anything further than that.
Coach, we talk about last year, a lot of the young guys coming in. This year, new guy getting his chance. Will Johansson finally scored after being hurt all last year. What can you say about his performance tonight?
I thought it was great. You saw his speed, his ability to create transition, his loose ball acquisition. He plays with a lot of speed, and it's hard, right? Because not only was this his first NLL game, but his first real game after coming off an ACL injury, which is difficult at the best of times. So. I thought he was good. I thought he was, it's hard to cut your teeth early, and we had some mistakes tonight that you clean up and you get better at, and it's important to remember how hard it is to win in league. Like, this game last year we won. I think it might have been the same score. I think we might have won 10-9 in Sask in overtime. So we had chances in overtime. It didn't drop, but that's the league, right? Like, we won those games last year. It's so close, and it is the message I send to the players, and I think they know it. But it's important to remember. There's nothing going to be easy.
Caden had asked Colton Watkinson about the number of penalties. He said no comment. Do you have a comment on the amount of penalties?
Yeah, I thought I'd have to go back and look at it. Obviously you don't love them all in real time, but I'd have to go back and look, and we can't put ourselves in positions where we're out of position and we have to take a penalty, and some of them we certainly deserved. Others, it's hard when it's going so fast and you see it in real time, so I'm not really sure.
Alex Simmons had a hat trick tonight. What's it been like watching his progression from last year to just now one game into this season?
Yeah, he just has a great compete level. He loves the moment. He wants to be in that big moment, and it's his personality. So he's got a good motor on him. He's got a good compete level, and we saw that today. I mean, hey, we fought hard to get back into that game. I mean, I think down that stretch we might have had like 3 one-goal deficits with sort of 4 or 5 minutes left in the game, or at least that's what it felt like. And we battled back every time. We tied it up at the end. So there's some positives to take out of it. I thought we didn't need to put ourselves in that position, but it is a game of mistakes, right?
Young defense kind of going from last year, a couple new pieces. Zach Young, how did you feel about those second-year guys kind of moving up in the defense? I thought your defense played well. Your defensive transition was okay. Obviously, coming back the other way, you had some things you're going to want to clean up. But
yeah, I thought our D was good. I mean, 10 goals, right, and including quite a stretch in overtime. I don't know, like 7 minutes deep or something. It was long. And 2 transition goals at the end, which is really what hurt us. But in our half court sets and the 5-on-5 defense, I thought we were good. And Younger's a guy who's he really burst on last year. I thought he looked great. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He plays physical. He plays within himself, and I thought he was good.
You've talked about in the past wanting to build a team that fans really want to come and watch.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd today was unbelievable. One of the best I think you've had in recent years. What can you say about people showing up and really giving it their all?
It's great, right? That's what we want to do, and that's what we hoped last year's run would do, right? Get more eyes on, get more excitement in the community, get more people out, and Sask is a good team. Like we're very similarly built in terms of young and fast and want to play with pace. So I mean, I was under no illusion that it wouldn't be this kind of game, right? Like I thought it was going to be a tight, 1-goal game, coin flip game, and that's what it turned into be.
Coach, we talked before the game about Dyson. He scored tonight. He was very noticeable. What can you say about, after seeing his first professional game, what can you say about it?
He's going to be great. I mean, it's hard, right? It's hard to get into your first game. It's a different animal with the NLL, so there's some growing pains for everybody. But I think it was good for him to get number 1 under his belt. Good to feel the speed and the intensity of the NLL, and then he'll get better and better from there, right? He's got a real high IQ. He's got a great skill set, very athletic. So it's it's a hard league as a rookie. It takes some time, and I think game one under his belt's a good thing. Getting the goal is good, and he's just he'll add things to his repertoire as he goes along.
Personally for me, when I watched the game, I thought that both him and Will Johansson were two of your biggest standouts for the night.
Yeah. No, I liked Will's game in particular too, coming off the back end. He made some real noticeable loose balls and speed plays, and obviously scoring a goal. He did a lot of things well, and that's good to see.
You didn't play anywhere else in the summer? Sorry,
No.
John.
No.
This is really that's amazing.
Yeah, he has not played a real game since July of 23. So long time.
You had to come back at that speed.
Yeah.
That is very impressive.
Well, that's the thing, right? You come right into the NLL, which is it's 100 miles an hour. So yeah, he hadn't played since getting hurt in Nanaimo last summer of 23.
How has going to Everest Base Camp changed you as a coach?
My knee is sore. I can't get around as well. So I don't know. I mean, that's a really good question, because you always are the sum of your experiences, right? And I mean, I don't know where that where that line is, right? Of you as a person, you as a coach, right? You certainly watch and get an appreciation for the people in Nepal and the simplicity of lifestyle and sort of that pace and that. So you try to appreciate that and bring that into your day-to-day life, and how much of that bleeds over into the coaching, I don't know. You have to ask players. Maybe I'm more calm, I don't know. Not sure.
What response do you want to see from your guys next week with Toronto?
It's always the same, right? I mean, and that was my message to them is everything is about information, right? So their takeaways are, what did I do well? What can I do better? And we want marginal increments of improvement in everybody, and that's sort of the messaging all the time, win or lose. I don't know if I would have said much different to them had we won in overtime, because it really was, overtime's one shot, right? So we were really in a spot we didn't want to be in anyway. We didn't want to get to overtime. We're happy we got there because we were the team that was trailing, but I don't think it would have been a much different messaging in terms of takeaways are, I don't think we were our best tonight. And that's not taking anything away from Saskatchewan. That's just mistakes that we made that are uncharacteristic for us. So you want to clean those up and be better moving forward.
You talked to Coach Keenan pregame for about, it seemed like 15, 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. What was that conversation like?
Just friends catching up. I've known Derek forever. I mean, I played with Derek back in the 80s, and he was one of my coaches when I was on the Rock for that run. Mm-hmm. We're fishing buddies, we're golfing buddies. My best friend growing up, who I'm really I lived with their family, his older brother and Derek were best friends. Like, we were all kind of connected back home in Ontario. So, I mean, I've known Derek and watched Derek play because he's a few years older than me, and watched him as a young guy, and then became good buddies. And so just, more friendship banter catching up than anything else.
In the 80s, you must have been one or two.
No, I wish. I'm actually, birthday's tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, in 2 hours, my birthday or whatever.
Well, happy turning 30.
Yeah, I wish. I don't feel like it in the knees.
Are you celebrating?
You know what we're going to do, I think, is there's a little place in Clifton Park, a little wing place, Rusty Nail.
Oh, yes.
You guys know that place?
It's my favorite place.
How many wings are you going to get tomorrow?
55. So you get a wing per year. So I think my wife Cassie was like, why don't we, let's go there and do that. And we're going to go get 55 wings tomorrow. Maybe more, but we're going to get 55 for sure.
Amazing.
Brought my grandmother one time, so we got like 70-something wings.
This is probably where the sponsorship, me talking about it. You gotta
This
is
get
good.
out.
This is good. Good publicity for them.
Coach,
Yeah.
coming off of Worlds up in Utica,
Yeah.
the players coming into camp, through camp and coming into the first game, physically, was it a challenge for them to, those that did play and performed at incredible paces and everything out there? How, Dougie,
Mm-hmm.
players' day, that they came in relatively fresh, or?
Yeah, I think it was okay because it was and they all come off different things. I mean, Dougie's probably summer season with the Man Cup and all that was probably more of an, if there was an impact on his fatigue and that. And it would be case by case, to be honest, because some guys didn't play that much in the summer, and then they play that 12-day tournament. Some guys are Man Cup all the way up, and then, jumped in. So, but I don't. I think it was a small window, a small sample relative to what these guys are used to. Mm-hmm. So I think they had a few weeks, maybe a month off prior. So yeah, I think probably helped some guys in terms of confidence and that. But I don't think physically, unless they got an injury, it was a deterrent at all.
Mm-hmm.